Welcome to the podcast, Leading and Growing Your Real Estate Business by Coach James Short. This podcast is designed to help you with strategies, insights, and ways to increase sales, build and lead high-performing teams, and ultimately grow your business. Your host, James Short himself, also shares some of his secret sauces on how he helps his own clients achieve business growth quickly and easily. James has been coaching those in the real estate and property industry for close to 10 years now, and his clients keep on saying, since working with James, their results have been outstanding, giving them more money, time, and fulfillment. James is offering a free strategy call to those listening to see how he can assist you to take your business to where you want to go. Simply go to jamesshort.com.au/strategy and book in a time today. Now on with the show.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you are well. It is 8:01 and we are rocking and rolling with our accountability and strategy session this morning. Hope you're well. Hope you are fighting fit on this beautiful winter's morning. So let's find out where you guys are dialing in from today. Where were you watching this? Where are you hearing this? Are you in the car? You're in the office? Where are you this morning? So I'd love to find out where you are. Let's start the chat nice and early this morning. Let's start the chat. So go to the chat either on the Facebook Live, where we're at nice and live, or on Zoom. So let's get into it. We're going to spend. There's a couple more people about logging in, so we'll just spend a minute or so waiting for them. But if you are online, I'd love to hear from you. What's the latest win for you over the last week? What's the latest win for you over this last week? We've got lots to cover this morning, but I want to hear what's been the latest win for you over this last week. We've got flying solo over this next week with the love of the kids. That's down in Melbourne for the next 2 days on a conference with her Calm Birth practitioner course. So Calm Birth is an amazing course for those for those mums to be and the couples are running to have a nice calm birth. Incredible course. She's done a number of groups where she takes the couples through a 2-day course and looking at the beliefs and behaviors around birth. It's pretty mind-blowing. It's pretty huge stuff. So she's down there for the conference. So looking forward to hearing how she goes down there. So I've got the little Rugrats for the next week. And then she's off to Bali. How good is that? 2 days down in Melbourne and then 5 days in Bali with the mum. So very jealous. Everything is safe over there at the moment. There was a little bit of an earthquake, but everyone is safe and sound over there. So all good. So let's roll the sleeves up. Let's get into this morning. And I want to find out some of the wins. So what are some of your wins over this last week? It's always good to start off with the wins no matter what the meetings are. Even in your team meetings, it's good to start with the win. Now, why do we do that? It shifts the energy for the meeting. It shifts the energy for the day. Obviously, you guys who have got teams, having your whips first thing in the morning is a great way to start the day and also get everyone focused and the energy that we need to tackle for the day. So we're going to start off with what's been a win for you over this last week. What are you most proud of? What would you like to share? What would you like to put out there? So what's been a win for you for this week? Let's go. Let's type away. Rock and roll. All right, fantastic. So there we go. So what we're going to do now is to go through is how your week is progressing. Now, accountability is very important. But when you actually got to submit it to myself, or you got to fill out the poll that we're about to launch, what enables is you to really have a clear focus on where you are putting your energies. So the 2 ways that we're going to do it, I'm about to launch a poll that you can, if you're on the Zoom, that you can type in straight away in relation to how you are tracking with your KPIs and your projects for the week. And the second component is we're going to draw it out. So if you're watching this through Facebook Live, you can actually draw it out, and this is how we're going to do it. So let's launch the poll. So you should see that up on your screen at the moment. So away we go. Let's fill that out. And the second component is we're going to go through this together. So you might have a piece of paper, you might have a nice big pen, and you're going to draw your wheel. And on that wheel, there's obviously different, there's different components, and we're going to write this out for you now. So we have your KPI 1 here, your KPI 2 here, your KPI 3 there. And what's going to happen is that you're going to have your project 1, project 2, project 3, could have your personal goal that you're working on as well, and another business goal. All right. So what you're going to do with this wheel is looking at how your KPIs are traveling this week out of 10. So 0, it's not happening. 10, you are on fire. So KPI 1 might be an 8, KPI 2 might be a 9, KPI 3 might be a 3. Project 1 could be an 8, project 2 could be a 5, project 3 could be a 3. Your personal goal that you're working on could be a 4, other business goal could be a 9. All right. So then what we do from that is that we start to draw the dots and see how that wheel is placed. All right. So there we go. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes. When you're done, I'll just get you to type in done, and we will get things moving. Let's go. All right, wonderful. So once you've done that, what we then do is to go through to the weekly focus. Now, the weekly focus is obviously you translate your KPI 1, KPI 2, KPI 3, project 1, project 2, project 3, and your personal goal and your business goal over to that component. Then from there, we translate your scores from last week. So whatever it was out of 10, and you put them into there. Now, what is your focus, your outcome for this week? Clearly identify what is your key outcome for each different area, each different KPI, each different project. Once again, why we do this is enables us to have, obviously there's activity component, but we want to focus on the outcome. We want to focus on the end result. By focusing on the end result will allow us to have that in our mind, right? Enables us to have that motivation to move us in the right direction. Then we go, okay, so then why? So why is this important to us? By having a clear, concise why will enable you to get that motivation. You know, people say, you got to find your why, you got to find your why. Well, let's find your why for each of these clear outcomes. That is going to get you out of bed. That's going to get you the driving force. That's going to motivate you throughout the week when, you know what, you may not want to, all right? So let's spend a couple of minutes that. I'll get you to do that. Once you have completed that, just type in done and we can move on to the next little bit. So let's go. Positive category, which is your KPIs and your projects. Transfer your score from last week into the score box there. And then moving forward, what is your outcome for this week and why? Let's go. All right, wonderful. So now we've got the focus for this week. What I'd like to cover is one of the main areas where most of you get your business from. Referrals. Now what happens, we're going to go through the reasons why people get referrals and the reasons why people don't get referrals. And the reason why people get referrals is basically this. They know you, they like you, and they trust you. Okay? And so even though this might be a main source of how you do business, what can happen is that it can be sporadic. And so what we want to do is to actually have a tap that's consistently open of flooding you with referrals. So how we do that is what's called having referral partners. Now, referral partners, this is not new for most of you. Referral partners are those who service your clientele, but are not they're not in direct competition to you. So for example, if you're a trade, if you're a builder, it could be a plumber, or it could be a carpet layer, or it could be a real estate agent. If you're a real estate agent, this could be a lawyer, this could be a broker, it could be a trade. And so by looking at your referral partners, it's like, okay, so you might have a list of, say, 5 different people that service your clientele. Now, what happens is where these referral partners fall down is a number of different areas. Is it becomes transactional, not relationship. So they're just after, just give me a referral, give me a referral, give me a referral. Where's my referral? Where's my referral? And becomes just all about the transaction, right? There's also mismatch in expectations. There's also no training in relation to your referral partners, and there's also no feedback once they've given referrals. Now let's have a look at what referral partners actually do. Sure, the outcome for these referral partners, surely it's to provide you referrals, but it's much more than that. The outcome of a referral partner is, there's 3. One is to obviously provide business-to-business referrals, right? But where most people fall short are these next 2 things. Having a referral partner is also what we want to, is a door opener. A door opener is someone where it can actually open up doors to other people that might have many of your clientele. So for an example, it could be, for those in the real estate game, it could be an introduction to the editor of domain, where you can provide constant articles or areas of expertise to their database. Now imagine that. Or providing getting in touch with your CRM provider and seeing how you can work on a joint venture there. So this is where it starts to play quite big and next level up. And another one is opportunities. Opportunities to share and promote. Right? So rather than just providing referrals, it could also be an opportunity for where they could actually share your articles or your lead magnets or whatever it is. It could be help you to promote different events that you might have on. So I'll give you an example is if you've got putting on an event and you've got 5 referral partners, it's a lot easier it's a lot easier for you if all 5 promoted your event compared to you just promoting your event. So even say they each had, say, 200 in their database, there's 1,000 people which you may not have got in front of by helping them promote different events or different opportunities for you. So what happens is that a lot of people get so caught up in just this, providing business-to-business referrals, rather than looking at how can we actually explore these referral partners, these relationships, and how we can strategize and how we can add value to each other. So there are 3 key areas when we're looking at this on how do we identify and how do we actually work with our referral partners. The first one is all about expectations. And this is I've seen so often where you may be excited, like, oh yeah, we're going to meet every week and we're going to strategize it. And they're going, well, mate, I don't have time, or I don't have, what are you talking about? So we really need to go in have an understanding of the expectations of this relationship and what this actually means. So in expectations of a number of different areas, obviously mindset. Are they willing to collaborate and work together? Do they have the right mindset? Do they have the same set of values? Try that again. Do they have the same set of values? And 2, do they have the same level of commitment? If not, that's totally fine. Once a month could be, or once a quarter could be okay. All right. So firstly, we need to find out what their expectations are and also communicate your own expectations. It's not, once again, as I said to you before, it's not well and good. You're coming and having expectations of, to meet every week, but they've gone like, no, I'm happy to do once a month. So once again, we need to identify the expectations. Number 2 is we need to have the right type of training. Now, if you haven't seen my referral manual, it's in the Facebook group or it's in the Members Resource Center. Now, the referral training manual, I'll reframe it. If you were to put on a salesperson, wouldn't you have a documentation? Would you have certain training that you would train them up so they can actually be a super sales staff for you? This is the same thing with your referral partners. By having the correct documentation, by actually going through the training and looking at, what your services are, how you, what are your goals, what are your networks, what are the complaints that you mostly hear, or how do you do open-ended questions? All this component. How did you get started? All the history, all the correct resources is really part of this training component. And so this is where your referral training manual really is important. And taking them to different events to build that relationship and see how you can work together in events. We've had our referral partners go to events, and our goal is to promote each other, not ourselves, right? So you go to an event and you go, how good is Matt? And next minute, boom, you're creating referrals for Matt, and Matt's creating referrals for you. So what happens is just opens up the floodgate of opportunities for one another rather than, self-promotion. It's always good to help promote one another. So once again, this is a great training platform. The third component is feedback. If they're not providing the right kind of connections, and this is obviously even an introduction for referrals or the right type of connections, you need to be upfront and open. Fred, thank you for that referral. However, it didn't work because of these 3 reasons. What kind of questions did you ask them, or how did you qualify them? Did you thought it was a good fit? So by giving them feedback and really reviewing each type of referral, what enables you to do is to build a relationship with your referral partner, but also work together closely on to really deep dive on what's a really good fit for your business and what's a really good referral. So once again, it's having a really clear plan with these referral partners. It's not just going in and going, right, you got a pulse. Yep, let's go. Let's be referral partners. Because what happens over time, if you don't build this relationship, it's going to fall apart. And if the expectations aren't aligned, if there's no training, if there's no feedback, it's going to fall down and it's not going to work. So there you go. Out of those 3 areas, where do you think do you need help right now? Out of those 3 areas, where do you think you need the most work right now? Let's go. Once you hear your thoughts. All right, good. So if you haven't got your referral training manual done, I highly recommend you do it. Start with just a framework and then build out from there. And then start to make a list of who are your referral partners and where is that relationship. It's always good to have a bit of a gauge. If you have a list of your referral partners, and just rate them. Are they red? Which means, you may be talking to them every quarter. There's no referrals coming in or connections, and they don't really know you, right? Or is it orange? Yeah, we might talk monthly. No structure. Haphazard. Or is it green? Yep, we talk weekly. Structured with an agenda. It's an accountable. And there's opportunities being created. So if you rate your referral partners, are they red, orange, or green? Looking at then, okay, so what do we need to do to take them from here to here? All right, what do we need to do to take them from here to here? Do we want to take them, or are they okay from there? And then how do we maintain this? So there we go, guys. Hope you've taken some interesting information and insights with that. Hopefully you can start to build your referral partners, because it's one of the best ways to grow your business. But you need some structure, and it needs to have follow-a system. Otherwise, it becomes haphazard, and your referrals go like this. Hope you have a wonderful day. Looking forward to speaking to you soon. Any questions, any comments, please let me know. And let's get out there and have an amazing week. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye for now.